shot a laser in there to the rookie. They intercepted. Coming back up the field is Robert Alford. He will walk into the end zone. And the second New England turnover is cashed in right away. 21-0.
So welcome to our Coach's Corner. We purposely only played the first half, but we will be playing the second half later in the show. We just didn't want to lose you early on. All right, so it's halftime, and you're up big. When you evaluate everything, how do you evaluate now, even what was said and done at halftime?
And at the half at the Super Bowl, it's a little longer, so you have a routine for that, and you prepare the guys. When we first come in, they'll get some extra time if they want to get retaped, change a jersey. The coaches have a little extra time to go through the game plan like they'd go to. We actually went through that routine as a team prior to that day, knowing that it was going to be a little longer. And then the 10 minutes that you lead up to, that can stay really consistent. So in terms of executing the game plan, and you go back through, these are the things that you did well, and these are the things that we want to emphasize for the second half. So you do that every week, and I think that halftime is similar to having it like in every other one. You want the routine to feel the same.
With the first half going as well as it did, what was the message to the team at halftime that day?
For us, we knew that one half does not make it, and it was going to come down to the finish, and we weren't able to finish as well as them, and that hurts. For a team that really wants to pride itself on being a great finishing team. In that one, we didn't, and so those are the lessons that you learn, and we can't wait to be back in an environment where we get to relive some of those lessons. You have to go back in those moments and to answer them.
Yeah, I got one thing. The energy in the locker room at halftime, right? I mean, as good as you had played all season and as good as the Patriots were, to be up that big and to have that, what was the energy like? I mean, I've been in one, I've been in two. One went well, one didn't. Yep. But what was the energy like in that locker room as y'all walked in?
Jeff, honestly, it was we had a real routine about how we wanted to go. So the players were going to be on their own for a few minutes, like I said, retape, change, and then we wanted to get set course of what we were going to do. And so when we came back out, we didn't play as well on both sides of the ball, especially on third downs as it got into the second half. Mm-hmm. So those are the things, the what-ifs that you go through as a coach afterwards, and that's a long line of what-ifs.
And we'll get into a little bit more specifically about the second half,
sure, overtime.
But in that first half, when you look back on it, and you've been very candid about how many times you've watched the game, I mean, did you give yourself an A+ grade for that first half?
No, because you can't grade it out of half. And if that was the case, that would have been nice. But honestly, you learn from these ones, and it's painful to go through. But when you go back through the first half, and we knew we had to create a turnover, we did that. So that was going to be a way. Could we hit the quarterback, who is a G? The guy's a great player. So we knew we had our work cut out to try and affect him. And at the end, we didn't finish like we liked, either side of the ball.
But the half had to go about as well as you could have hoped, correct?
Yes.
Right, all the check marks. You want to be aggressive, get after the quarterback. All those things, right?
Correct.
You were right, clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah. One question I had, and I've asked you before, but just for our viewers. It was interesting for me to watch the way y'all played the Patriots, because you rushed 4. I mean, yes, right? And Tom Brady's going to get rid of the ball really quickly. Yep. So you'll see a lot of teams rush 3 and drop 8 and try to get in the lanes and knock the ball down. But I was very surprised. I felt like you knew you would have matchups, one-on-one matchups. When everybody's getting out, you had that. And your guys showed up and played very well on the D line, especially early. But was that something that you thought, hey, listen, in our one-on-ones, we have the advantage if we keep 4, with their hand in the dirt?
And that was really the key to say, how our team's going to try to attack. One of the challenging things about playing against New England, they have such a big playbook, so many things they can do. And so when they're going to get 5 out against when we're playing 3 deep or man-to-man, you better get your rushers revved up and have enough of them to go and keep attacking, keep going for it. And that part affected them. Sometimes it may take the whole day to have that happen.
Right, mm-hmm. So at least for 30 minutes, there's a nice blueprint out there.
Yes.
Right, on how to beat the Patriots.
I got to say, a half does not make a game.